Hey guys, it's Yo and welcome back to the Yo and Gaming Show, and today we're going to be playing some Mindustry, but I'm going to cover the basics today. I'm definitely not an expert in this game, but I do know my basics. Me and Jam have been playing an obscene amount of this game, so I thought we'd just do a little basic tutorial kind of thing. There is a tutorial in the game, but even with that, some people, it's a little difficult. Like, once you've got the basics down, you can do so much with this game, so we're just doing that. Yeah, so let's just jump right in here. As you can see, I've got a lot of this unlocked already, and a lot of the tech tree unlocked. So I'm gonna do my best to try to like slowly teach you based off of what you will have when you start the game. I mean, there will be some things I'll probably touch on that you won't have straight out of the gate, but your main goal in this game is to drop into a map, like Ground Zero is the first map. It's kind of the tutorial map. And collect as much copper as you can, because it's the only resource you can collect at this point. And once you get to a certain amount, I believe it's every 5th wave in the tutorial, it allows you to launch. And what that does is take everything that you've collected to this point and launch out back to space, and it puts it in your launched items bank here. And you'll use that to unlock this massive tech tree. So let's get started. We're gonna launch in and see, you got objectives here. There is lead in this as well, but I noticed, and scrap, pardon me, I noticed that when I did it the first time, I didn't really know what I needed lead for. So you'll probably be hunkered down just trying to keep yourself from getting destroyed just to get the copper. To clarify, this game is a bit of a kind of like a spin on Factorio, if you've ever played that game. Conveyors moving items to a central area. In this case, it's a core that we launch out of. And once you have enough resources, the core in each level has a predetermined amount it can hold. And once it hits that point, all your conveyor belts will jam up with the material because it can't put any more in. So, well, you know what? I'll launch into this and I'll show you how do we do this. So, in this particular map, you start off, and this is your little builder guy here. You can move him around with the WASD keys. So what you do is you move him around, and in the beginning, like, we don't have a lot of material. We've only got 7 copper. But if you click on him here, he'll mine for you if you need to and get you a bunch of resources in the beginning. So right off the hop, we've got some. You can click to shoot, that's also another thing. And if you right click, you can remove obstacles from your build area. Okay, so in this case, they've given us a duo, which is a small light gun. It uses copper as an ammunition. That's why you'll see the little ammo bar go up, because this mechanical drill is on copper and it's filling this gun. So we have a little bit of defense right now. But what we need to do is we need to get more copper. So you go over here and you click on the drill icon, and the only thing we can build right now, I mean, I've unlocked all these, but you need other material to use them. The mechanical drill is the first thing we have. So as long as it's touching one part of the material, you can see beside where it says drill speed, there's a copper icon. But the more you put it on the material, the higher amount you get per, like, it's faster essentially. So you got, it works out good if you can do that. So in this case, I'm just going to start placing a bunch of them. Okay, so we've got a bunch of them. And you go to your conveyor belt icon, and we start with our conveyor. And the idea in this case is just to get it to go up into the core. Use your mouse wheel to change the direction of the conveyor, hold and click, and just bang. Now all this, these have been drilling and packing up material inside them until we lay that conveyor belt. See, there's a whole bunch of them here, and you have to rotate and build and get them to the core. And you'll see here, there's like these little spots, if I can zoom in a bit more, these little gray points here. This shows that material will come out of these. So as long as the conveyor's touching one part of this, it will get the material, which can be a problem later in the game if you don't want it to pick up certain materials, because things like coal can't go in the core, so that can jam up your setup. But here's a prime example of what I was talking about. this gun can't hold any more ammunition, so the conveyor belt is jammed up. So what we can do is we can build a couple more guns. Now in the beginning game, you don't have what is called a router, which would allow the copper to go to each one. So I'm going to show you what you do in the very beginning. You would make little conveyor belts to each one of these and fill them manually, which is a big pain when you know there's, see, because this is going to fill this up real quick. And once that material's all in there, then we just switch to the next one. And now that drill's going to move. And you see that little piece of copper there? Once this gun fires, that's going to go in there, because that's what we do with the larger guns later in the game, is that you can get conveyors filled and the waves come in like the hundreds, and that way there's always like a large clip waiting with more ammunition, which helps a lot. Okay, so that's building drills and conveyors to start off. Later on you'll get the pneumatic drill, which is a better drill, it's faster. The other thing is, when you look at these icons, the drill here, can't click on it, I just have to put the cursor. You see liquid, that means if you put something that allows you to put water into this, it will drill faster. Oh, that noise, that word, that means a wave is coming. So let's go see if we can find him. You see the little red dot there? That's where he's coming on the radar. I mean, this early in the game, they're only going to come in like 1s and 2s, so it's not a big deal. Oh, you can see on the map, there he comes. These are just little robots that are coming. If you go near them, they start shooting at you, but you can shoot back. So you can try to take him out before he even gets there, but if he takes you out, oh, I got him. If he takes you out, you'll spawn back in the core. So, okay, so right now we've got almost, we're coming up on 600 copper, which is great. We're doing well. We've got lots of materials happening here, but we've still got some more copper ore that we could be drilling for. So we can put 2 more here, and we can place these along the conveyor. And sometimes you're gonna have to sacrifice placing conveyors just to make it work. So like here, all these will go here now, which is a problem because now we have no ammo going into this conveyor belt. So now if we do that, now all this will go there. So you can kind of change as you go. The other option is to do this, wrap it around, because we've got a whole bunch more material that we want to go into the core. So we got that going. I usually try to get them to go in different directions, because if you put them all together in one conveyor belt later on in when the game gets really crazy, they can't handle it. It's too much material on the conveyor belts, and they end up getting jammed up. So come around here. These ones here, we can just go like that, and now we've got pretty much everything, because you can see here, even this is almost too much, right? They're having trouble, so we'll send this way. So now this material will go this way, and all this, oh, there's another wave. So now we've got guns here. We got loaded, 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 and this one is almost loaded. So now what we can do is we can just let this conveyor system fill up, and then we can add to which gun we want. In the tutorial level, I believe you don't have access to walls yet. You have to go do your first round to get copper to unlock them from the tech tree. This is pretty much all you get in the beginning, is just conveyor belts, drills, and these duo guns. These guys are just shooting at like these little conveyors and stuff. I just realized this isn't actually the tutorial level. This is like the first level. You don't get all this much material. Oh, see, the core is being attacked because that little robot got to hit the core, and you see our little conveyor system's damaged, so everything's gonna back up. So we have to fix that. And the core took a little bit of damage, so that means we probably don't have either enough ammo or it's too close to the core. Like in this case, we are pretty close to the core. Normally you would build your guns out here, so even if they get by the time they get to the core, the gun would destroy them. So, I mean, we can do that. Just, again, we're gonna set the guns out a little farther. Maybe we'll offset them a bit here, just so... Got that. And we'll go up to the next gun. Got lots of materials here. I guess I should probably do it like this and give them. And you just right click, and if you need to get rid of something, just right click, hold, and it'll do the same thing. So that gun's going to be full in this next piece. So as you can see, it's a little slow right now because we don't have a ton of material going into this conveyor belt. So all you do is you just route it somewhere else. So now this material is going to come in here a lot faster, and we're going to fill these guns a lot quicker. So we got some ammo going to that gun. So we'll switch this one to get, so it gets a little bit of ammunition. And then when that wave goes by, we'll do this. So now all of them have a little bit of ammunition. So now we have 8 duos that are ready to fire at all these guys. They're still shooting at that wreckage up there, so that's what that pew noise is. Oh, that guy's full. See, now we've got these ones are getting fired at first, and then the other ones are coming up after. So let's fill up that last gun, and then we'll do this, and we'll fill up that gun, and then we'll switch to that one, switch to that one. We can do this too as well if we're having trouble. We need some more ammunition going there. We just change the conveyor belt direction, which it does cost a little bit of copper to do that, but in the beginning that's what you need to do just to keep your guys going. So this gun's almost full, so I wouldn't worry too much about him, but we've got a whole bunch of material here. The problem is, if you get this material and you need to change the direction, when you do that, it overwrites it and it pretty much deletes it. So keep that in mind when you're changing stuff around. So right now we're in wave 4. So we're sitting at 2,000 copper of 4,000 capacity. You see in the bottom here, core shard, capacity 4,000 or 4K, and its health is a little bit damaged. We don't have any ability to repair it right now, but later game you get an item that with electricity you can repair it. It says unable to launch because we have to finish this wave before we can launch. So once these guys show up, are they coming? Yep, here they come. Yeah, there's only 2 of them. So what we can do is, it's not a big deal if you get killed, you'll just respawn. But I mean, if you're in a really crucial situation and you die, that can see, the guns are all reloading. It kind of went ka-chunk ka-chunk, but we lost one because that one got shot last time and we didn't repair it. So there, we'll just place him back. But he'll have no ammunition because we didn't load him. So we'll do that and put this back to here. So we have 3 minutes to decide whether or not we want to launch now or we're going to launch on wave 10. But for this case, since I've shown you pretty much everything you're going to learn in the first level, we'll click launch. It'll say this will launch all resources in your core. You will not be able to return to this base. Okay? And this, I don't know why, we must have launched with this as a part of my loadout, because I don't know why we have that. But we got 2,600 copper. We got graded D-, which isn't great, but I mean, we're just playing the first level, and we only went to wave 5, so. Buildings built, 206, I'm guessing that's including the conveyor belts. 6 enemies destroyed, we had a couple per each wave. Buildings destroyed, that must have been those scrap buildings that they were shooting at. And deconstructed, I think that was just the conveyors as well. So that's your basics when it's coming to drills, conveyor belts, and placing guns and loading them. And yeah, so I'm gonna leave this episode here, guys. I just wanted to give you the very, very basics, because those all scale up later in the game. What I'm gonna do is, in the next episode, I will show you guys how to create power, because there are energy weapons in this game that are amazing, that will help you out big time. So, but anyway, guys, for now, thanks so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Let me know how I'm doing in the comments, and as always, happy gaming!